How's it going, everybody? We're back at it again with the pistol-only challenge here on Halo Reach. Now we're heading into level Nightfall. There's going to be a lot of goblin mode in this one, a lot of night visions, so get ready for it. As I headed into this mission, I was pretty happy with the pistol-only challenge here because this is one of the only missions that preloads you with a Magnum with a ton of extra ammo. And so the first part of this mission was pretty easy. It was just kind of punching and weaving my way through the Covenant, making my way to the ridges and then the additional buildings. And if you're wondering about the rules that I've set for myself for this challenge, take a look at the description down below. I've got those posted, and it's mostly just using the pistol throughout these missions, making sure that I'm melee only, that kind of thing. So check out the official rules down below. So as we made our way through the first few waves of enemies, I just kind of hung out in the buildings, meleeed where I could, kind of hung out in the backdrop. And from there, moving on to the next major section, I just wanted to ensure that I was conserving my ammo as much as possible. It didn't end up being an issue throughout this mission, but this was probably the most difficult section here at this kind of secondary power station. It was really, really tough to get through, and you'll see many a time as I throw myself at the elites with the focus rifles, where they're just kind of jumping up, bobbing in and out, completely ruining my day. And my entire thought was, if I can take out the long range elites, I'm just going to sprint for it. If I could just take them out, I would have an opportunity, a gap somewhere where I could just make my way through and avoid the rest of the Covenant in the area. And so again and again, I just kept tossing myself at it, just getting lasered over and over and over again. I got into a rhythm where I would dip back into the building, take out a couple of the Ranger elites from a distance, and then there were some moments where I tried to kind of punch the gap, get into the building, avoid some grenades, punch my way through some of the grunts. It just didn't pan out. And so we were back into that old cycle again. Now, as I was just almost nearing a time where I thought, should I just start over, kind of recap, rehash this, maybe practice a little bit more? I ended up having a pretty solid run. And so you'll see here in a second where I'm able to just kind of take out a few of the elites, take out some of the grunts manning the turrets, and from there, I was able to just skirt on through and avoid a majority of the enemies that were waiting for me at the rest of the power station. So after killing this elite, I decided I would just kind of take a double take, look around, wait for my health to gather back up. I saw there was one more elite with a focus rifle, but I didn't care. I was just sprinting for it. I was making my way out. I was completely done with this section. And so we headed to the next area with the Gutas. And for those that don't know, Gutas are some of the only AI, animals or creatures really in the Halo series, specifically here in Halo Reach. The Gutas and the Moas really comprise just a majority of the AI enemies that you might face besides the Covenant as you make your way through all of the missions here. And so moving on to the major power station here, where we have a civilian team that is just trying to hold out against the Covenant. I knew we probably weren't going to be able to save any of them, especially here on legendary difficulty. And so my thought was, we're just going to sprint on through again. Now I accidentally fell into a hole, which allowed me to just sprint on past the majority of what was going on here at the power station. Fortunately, we did lose our Marine allies, and so we were moving on to the next section with the pylon. Now here, June decided to pop off a couple of shots real quick, and so I had to just go into action, make quick work of the grunts and a few of the elites that were standing here. And then I decided I was going to try a trick that I have never been able to successfully pull off. So for those that don't know, you'll see it coming up here. You can take a forklift and avoid a majority of the Covenant here in the last third or so of the mission by butting up that forklift against the door. You can skip on through, and from there it's just a straight sprint to the end. big reason why I skipped that section with the pylon was because I ran into a number of times where, especially on legendary difficulty, June would just get slapped around by the hunters, and so it would put him in an area, usually down in the canyon, where he does not die, he does not respawn, and so he will not press the button to continue the mission for you. So that'll do it for this one. Pretty quick and easy sprint on through, especially with the extra magnum ammo. Let me know what you'd like to see up next after this Halo Reach pistol only challenge, and I'll see you all in the next one.